back here in just a second after the national anthem. All right, good evening and welcome to the campus of Casa Grande High School here in Petaluma for tonight's NorCal Division 6-AA Regional Football Championship. Tonight we'll pit the North Coast Section Division 6 champion St. Vincent De Paul Mustangs taking on the Central Coast Section Division 4 champion Palo Alto Vikings. My name is Greg Irish, along with my broadcast partner in crime, Anthony Allen, and your cameraman, Jay Ruffinelli. This is the NFHS Network. St. Vincent's comes into this game with a record 11-2. They are from the North Bay Redwood Division, where they had a 3-1 record. Their march to this game saw them place as the number 1 seed in NCS D6, beating Kennedy of Fremont in the quarterfinals 56-12, then defeating the Fortuna Huskies 45-21 in the semifinals, then avenging a loss in last year's NCS D6 championship game by winning 48-12 over the Salesian College Pride. St. Vincent's has never advanced past this round as they lost to Argonaut Mustangs of the Sac Joaquin section 2 years ago on the road. I'll read a little bit more. Anthony Allen, take it away.
Well, we're glad you're joining us here. What's a Northern California regional state game without a little bit of weather playing a part? It's raining out here. It's cold. But we're underway here in the 6AA game as Justin Fung fields the kick down at the 5. He fumbled it originally, keeps it back up, and gets horse-collared down around the 40. And that's where the St. Vincent Mustangs will begin.
All right, the Palo Alto Vikings coming to this game with a record of 8-5 overall and place second in with a 3-2 record in the Deanza League. The Vikings journey the Division 6A Double Championship as the number 1 seed saw them defeat Kings Academy Knights of Sunnyvale 34-28 in the first round of the CCS Division 4 tournament. The Vikings then defeated the Seaside Spartans 55-21 in the quarterfinals. Lehigh Longhorns 45-14, and Anthony will lead you more, and I'll keep talking in a bit.
All righty. Well, first play from scrimmage, as we said, at the 40-yard line, be a handoff to the left-hand side.
Mason Catarelli with a run, and we're going to get a flag.
Yeah, already we're going to get a flag thrown in. One nice thing here about Casa Grande is the referees have microphones. That'll be a face mask against the Palo Alto Vikings on the first play from scrimmage. It'll be an automatic first down and send the Mustangs into Viking territory.
All right, I'll keep reading the rest of the intro. St. Vincent's won last week against Mountain View Spartans 34-33. They have been participants in this game last year, losing to the Santa Teresa States 30-20. And they have won a state championship before. Another run by Mason Catagioli.
Cataregli got up back to the line of scrimmage.
We're without a spotter tonight, so
that'll be just our eyes trying to see everything that we can here. It'll be a 2nd and 10 after that first down run. Shotgun formation, a little bit of a stick on the left side, but it's kind of a stick in the tight end slot. One man goes in motion.
Palo Alto loading 8 in the box.
It's a read option.
And that's Casanovas, Gabe Casanovas.
Casanovas got it for 5.
And here is your starting lineups for the St. Vincent De Paul Mustangs, and we're going to get back to that in a second because they're in a hurry-up offense.
Quick up to the line, 3rd and 5, handoff to the right side. First down yardage is got. Cataregli got it, and more.
All right, Gabe Casanovas is your starting quarterback. Joseph Edwards was listed as a starting running back. Ty Nickens, Frankie Monticello, Jack Davis, and Nico Antonini are your running backs, and we'll come back with the rest of the starting lineup here in a moment.
Yeah, St. Vincent out here on their first drive. They're doing nothing but tempo as a pitch left. Again, it's doing Mason Cataregli or Catarelli, as I just heard. We butchered his name for the first couple of plays, but we get it. Catarelli.
All right. The remainder of the starting lineup is going to be Jack Oliphant at left tackle, C.J. Perez at left guard, Brent Gisletta at center, Norrell Elbelsley at right guard, and Rob Rooks at right tackle. And we'll show the defensive starters here in a moment for the Palo Alto Vikings.
Well, the one thing that St. Vincent's out here doing is they are just playing tempo offense. They're quick up to the line. They're pounding their rock, and it's working to their favor. They're already down just inside of the 25 right now. Read option once again, right up the middle. Casanovas has got some space. Tries to take it to the left side. He gets tossed from behind and gets down to the 10-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal, Mustangs.
Here's your starting defense for the Palo Alto Vikings, coached by Dave Geronimo. Asasio Burkata is at defensive end. Dennis Cataligo is at defensive tackle. Jeremiah Stallworth is at the other defensive tackle. Peyton Wayner is at defensive end, and we'll come back here in a moment with the rest of it.
Probably keep going after that play was ran. It was a no-gain run up the gut. St. Vincent will huddle up and try to get their next play. No gain, no loss. 2nd and goal from the 10. Going to stick formation on the right with 3 wide receivers, 1 alone on an island. Shotgun formation for Casanovas. And he'll take it himself on a QB draw. He tries to get up middle. He evades 1 tackle, still up on his feet inside the 2. Pyle is pushing him, waiting for the call, and he's in.
Touchdown, Mustangs! Gabe Casanovas with the early touchdown to put St. Vincent's up 6-0.
And Casanovas, he made one man miss at the line of scrimmage, and then all of his linebackers, his wide receivers came up from behind him and gave him the push that he needed to push the pile. Tyler Chalou up for the extra point. That kick is up and good. Jack Davis was your holder. And already this ball game 7-0 early.
Not the way Palo Alto wanted to start this one. Here is the rest of your starters for Palo Alto. Isaiah Walker is at one linebacker. Roman Jacobs will be the other outside linebacker. Anthony Mendoza is your linebacker, inside linebacker. And we got a problem with our camera here. Jason Azine is your cornerback. Jake Wang is your other cornerback. Jeremiah Fung is your free safety. Bo Revenaugh is your strong safety. And we just had a problem with our camera. We will do this by a quick. Hopefully our camera will come back on here within 10 seconds. There we go. And you didn't miss any action. It's a wet night up here, so it is a slight problem. And it's going to be a squib kick. That thing's going to go out of bounds. And we're going to get a flag, which is basically what you just watched. So this will bring up 1st and 10 for the Palo Alto Vikings. Declan Packer is going to be your quarterback. Horacio Becerra is your fullback. Jeremiah Madrigal is going to be your running back. Jason Azuni, Jeremiah Fung, and Jake Wang are your wide receivers. Ike Tupo is your right tackle. Gustavus Viramontes is your right guard. And we're going to come back with the rest of them as the Vikings hurry up to the line of scrimmage.
Well, the Vikings running a shotgun formation with 2 running backs. And the first play from scrimmage will be a handoff to the right-hand side to Jeremiah Madrigal. And Madrigal got up forward for about 3.
Finishing off with the starters. Unless we get the correct one in there. There we go. Still not the correct one. We'll get it up.
It's a cold night. Our brains are slow going up, just starting up here. Well, it's a delayed handoff. And I'll tell you what, Jack Oliphant read it perfectly. Oliphant and C.J. Perez went in there and absolutely dropped. I couldn't even see who the running back was.
It was a Tungi.
It was so tough to see because the moment he got the ball, he was swallowed up. All I could see was a blue jersey.
All right. Liam Griffin is your center. Roman Jacobs is your left guard. And Savith Gurunathan is your left tackle, or right tackle. And that is your starting lineup.
After that big loss, it'll be a 3rd and long.
And Declan Packer gets dropped.
And Declan Packer went back. He was trying to roll to his right, but nothing was coming from it. And he gets sacked for a big loss. Declan Packer this year, via Max Preps, just shy of 2,500 passing yards. This offense really runs smooth when everything goes his way. And we're going to get a flag immediately before the snap. Looks like it'll be for a false start and push the Vikings even further back into their own territory.
Sanjay Sika is your kicker. And we're going to get a false start.
I think this is so cool that this is really one of the only schools here in the North Bay that I know of, at least, that has an active microphone for the referees. Makes our job a lot easier because we don't have to just read a couple of signs and hope that we're making the right call.
Yeah, we're not taking a stab in the dark. Back is Malcolm Rooks.
Rooks just is waving it off. He'll let it go. It takes a good bounce and then starts rolling backwards. It'll be down at the 42-yard line. George Chaput downs it. And it will be another drive of decent field position starting up here for the St. Vincent De Paul Mustangs.
And at some point, Palo Alto, when do you start loading 8 and 9 in the box and force St. Vincent's to start going through the air? Two left, two right. Casanovas in the backfield. Going into motion is going to be Jack Davis.
Hand off to the right-hand side. Squirting down the sideline, still up on his feet and gone. Mason Catelli is gone.
Touchdown, Mustangs.
Catarelli, no stopping him.
He got through to the right side around the right tackle, and he was gone.
Hold on a second here.
Did we get a flag?
It looks like I did see a flag being held by one of the line judges. Your referees for this afternoon: Kenny Leffels, your head referee. Your umpire is Dennis Binion. Headlinesman Philip Brandt. Jordan Smith is your line judge. Wow. So, sideline interference. One of Palo Alto's players ran into somebody on that St. Vincent De Paul sideline. But continuing, your side judge, Charles Brulé. Jason Smith's your field judge, and rounding it off, Nick Pontecorvo is your back judge. But Catarelli with a, believe it was a 58-yard rush.
Tyler Shalou is on for the extra point. Snap is down, kick is up, into the night, and it is good. And just like that, the Mustangs are up 14-0 over Palo Alto.
Well, we were talking about it pregame. about how both these teams have high-flying offenses and how this could be a shootout of a game. And we're seeing already in the first 2 drives, St. Vincent De Paul has had their way with Palo Alto's defense. It'll be interesting to see what adjustments Palo Alto can make. I mean, they didn't really have a whole lot of, I guess you could say, attempts so far, obviously. You went 3 and out. You had a good rush on first down. You got tackled for a loss on a good read, and then just an untimely sack. But after that penalty, St. Vincent will be kicking from the Vikings' 45-yard line.
Well, this is a perfect time for a squib kick. Tyler Shalhoub's lined up. Yep.
That's exactly what they'll do. They go onside, and it hits off of one, and it was collected by Paula Pongi. And Pongi got rocked by Nico Antonini.
Pongi had his back turned when he caught that ball and got blasted from behind.
How he held onto that ball, I will never know, because he got rocked.
And the reality is, Palo Alto's in really good field position. Here's your defensive starters for the St. Vincent De Paul Mustangs. Jack Oliphant, Rob Brooks, Nora Ellsby, and C.J. Perez. Coming up the line of the scrimmage so fast, we can't say who they are.
Exactly. First down carry goes up the middle and goes nowhere. Jeremiah Madrigal once again on that first down carry. And I'm seeing this right. Justin Fung is currently in at quarterback. Declan Packer is not.
Oh. Nico Antonini, Dylan Brown, Mason Catarelgi. Screwed that up big time. Your linebackers will come back with.
I messed it up too. Catarelli. Yeah, it's a silent G, I found out. It's a very West Coast way to say it. Catarelli. 2nd and 11. Fung's looking deep to his right-hand side. A lot of contact. And that's what the flag is coming down for.
Well, Tyler Shalhoub knocked that ball down.
He knocked it down, but he was grabbing onto the wide receiver. I would not be surprised if that's pass interference. I can't see who it was thrown to. Could have been over there to Tyler Harrison if that's the number I can see correctly. That's exactly what the call will be. In high school, it is not a spot foul. It is yardage from the original line of scrimmage.
All right, and finally rounded out, Malcolm Rooks, Tyler Shalhoub, Ty Nickens, a cornerbacks, and Joseph Edwards is your free safety.
Now we got the lineups out of the way. Now we're going to be able to actually focus on some football.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Try to figure all of our stuff out. That was Jack Auzen was the intended receiver on that last play. 2 wide receivers on each side for Fung. And Fung drops the snap. He has to roll to his right. And he's drilled from behind, brought down by C.J. Perez. Perez has been all over the place on defense for this Mustangs defensive line. And right now he is haunting the Vikings at this very moment.
That's going to make it 2nd and 16. It looks like it's raining even harder right now.
Yeah, the rain is starting to come down. This is what you normally see, especially up here in Northern California this time of year during playoffs. It means weather is a major factor. As Fung, 3-step drop. He's going to throw it out on a screen pass to Madrigal. And Madrigal's got some space.
And he's going to break it all the way down to the 38-yard line, and he almost got, as he got pushed out of bounds.
He got shoved out and didn't want to stop, didn't want to slip. Madrigal gets the first after the big sack. I'm going to change the window a little bit because the window that we've got in front of us is a little foggy. It's kind of hard to see numbers, especially at certain angles with the lights. That'll be 1st and 10 from inside the 40.
Trips right, 1 left. 4-2-5 look.
Tunnel screen to Auzen. Now Zen was able to get forward for about 5.
This has been a good drive for Palo Alto. Nothing super fancy other than that long throw that got the PI.
Well, it's just a slow, methodical drive. This is something that they need. Get a little bit of momentum back. It'll be good if they can get to the end zone here and make it a one-score game. Have your defense come out, get a stop, and then you're right back into this ball game. After that gain, now 2nd and 5 from inside of the 35. Mark it at the 33. 2 wide receivers on each side. Fung looking deep. He's got his man at the 10, and it's dropped by Jeremiah Fung. It was in his hands.
Just couldn't tell. Did that get slapped away at the last second?
Yeah, it's hard to tell. Malcolm Rooks was in coverage. Blanket coverage. But Fung had a couple of, I'll say a couple of feet separation, we'll say. I don't know if it was really separation. It might have just been an arm length away, really.
That was a great pass, too, especially in the pouring rain here. Laid out perfectly.
And we are already going to get a timeout. Looks like Vikings are going to take one. Seemed like there was a little bit of miscommunication on that wide receiver core side.
All right, we'll take a commercial break. Come back in a moment. This is the NFHS Network.
Post timeout. 3rd and 5 is what we'll be coming back to here. Well, right now, the developing story is Declan Packard has been the #1 quarterback for this Vikings offense with just shy of 2,500 yards, 24 touchdowns, just a couple of interceptions to that. Justin Fung is currently at the helm. Not too sure exactly what transpired there, if it was a late time decision. Fung will zip one in, and now it's complete to Auzen for the first.
Tackle was made by Malcolm Rooks or Jack Davis. At 8 and 9 looks
very similar.
Yeah.
Well, Auzen just got I would say a talking to by one of the referees after getting tackled, standing up and doing a little bit of a celebration. I wonder if that's just an early message saying, hey, we're not dealing with any of that tonight.
No, when you're down 14-0, it's kind of hard to really want to go out there and celebrate.
Well, this really is your first, I would call it, official drive. That first drive stalled out really early. Interesting formation, a bunch package. Auzen goes in motion, and we're already going to get a flag, probably for an illegal shift. And Fung got pushed out of bounds about 7 yards back. Might as well decline this penalty here if it is an illegal shift.
Yeah, this is exactly what the Mustangs did. They're declining the penalty.
Well, if you're Fung right there, throw that ball out of bounds. Try to get that back to the line of scrimmage. You know, it wasn't really going to be much. It was still going to be a loss of about 5 either way. But just in the off chance it was an offsides or anything, then you don't really have to worry about it.
But now you lose the down.
You lose the down, loss of 5. 2nd and 15, trips left. Quick pass to the left, and it's way overthrown. Looking for Bo Ravenaugh.
And assume they were going to try some screen package, but that thing just sailed.
Well, it was in the area of Auzen and Ravenaugh, but Ravenaugh was the one who went up for it. That brings up a third down, and in this rain, it's slowly starting to dissipate, really. Actually, at this point, I don't think it's
I think it just stopped.
raining. We're expecting just a small shower here and there throughout the game.
Trips left, one right.
Fung's looking deep, and it's complete.
Caught. Touchdown, Vikings. Jeremiah Fung with the touchdown catch.
It's hard to see on the far side if that was a 10 or an 18.
We got to go with a spotter's recommendation up here where we're at. Kind of shoved off on the little side of the booth, even though we're at the 50.
Well, it's a good answer drive for the Vikings. Gerardo Becerra is on for the extra point. His kick is up, and it's good.
And just like that, Palo Alto answers back after being down 2 scores with a quick touchdown with a $1:55 remaining here in the first quarter. Oh, that was a nice drive right there. Other than the throw out of bounds, but that was a good answer by the Vikings.
Well, it was what they needed as well, because if you don't have that and St. Vincent comes out here and does another one of those 58-yard one-play touchdowns, your morale would be just deflated. There would be no chance of you getting back in this ball game, and it's not even the end of the first quarter yet.
Joseph Edwards is going to be back for the Mustangs. He's going to be back at his own 10. Becerra getting ready to kick off.
Well, we're glad you're joining us here from your most likely warm room, wherever you're watching. We're very jealous, we'll just say that much. As that was almost a perfect kick from Becerra, it ends up going into the end zone for a touchback on the line drive. Took a couple of interesting bounces.
So the winner of this game will advance to the State Division 6A AA Championship next week to take on the winner of the Wasco Tigers and the Cerritos Dons, and that's going on as we speak. We'll try to get that one up in a little bit as well, at least get some score updates. We don't know when they're going to play. We just know they're going to play in SoCal. And that could be either Friday or Saturday. Chances are that's going to be a Friday night game or a Friday day game.
That's what I would guess, especially with the 6AA. Save those night games for the high up. Division 1s, Division 2s. As that first down carry will go up for about 4.
Anthony Landa Mendoza on the tackle. Call it 2nd and 7. And while we go to commercial, once they go to the next quarter, we'll try to find out what's going on in SoCal. As I'm sure they're doing the exact same thing as we are.
Trying to figure out who they're going to be playing. Davis goes in motion.
Boy, Castronovas is getting all the time in the world.
Castronovas throws it out, and he'll get just to the sideline.
Boy, his line held up very well on that play.
It did. Ty Nickens was the intended target. It was thrown just shy. And I couldn't really see, but all I'll say is the Vikings' defensive line was getting 0 penetration. It looked like they only rushed 3, but I'm pretty sure 5 Vikings were trying to get to the quarterback. But on that, it'll be a 3rd and 7. Trips to the far side on the top of your screen, and one near side. That'll be Nickens.
4-3 standard look for the Vikings.
Casanova's looking left, and he throws it short. It's caught by Nico Antonini, but it's only good for about 3 yards as we'll get a timeout called. Never mind, that'll be an incomplete pass. Was looking for Antonini, and it'll be a 4th and 7.
Well, it's not raining in Southern California. Cerritos has a 6-0 lead over Wasco in the second quarter. About 11:25 remaining. And the punt unit will come on.
You got 2 Vikings back deep to receive.
Azine is on the left, and Azine signal for the fair catch, and he's going to get that right at midfield.
Zen and Madrigal were back deep. It was a good kick from Chalu. All things considered, with the weather, it's cold, wet. While it might not be raining actively, it still is pretty wet out here. And that's the type of defensive stop that you needed if you're Palo Alto.
The field is drenched. It rained for a good 2 hours when we had absolutely no rain in the forecast tonight.
Just goes to show, once you get up north of the bridge, anything can happen with weather. That's why everything's being played down in SoCal. Jet sweep, and the ball's on the turf. And we're going to get
an
incomplete pass.
I guess it was a shovel pass that went awry.
That was a fumble. Wow. That is what we like to call just a little bit of help from the referees.
Yeah,
ball.
They're going to rule that as a shovel pass.
Well, that was a handoff to Madrigal. Madrigal came over on the jet sweep, and he just fumbled the exchange. So a big break for Palo Alto, a tough break for St. Vincent. That'll bring up a 2nd and 10. Fung, as quarterback, will roll to his right. He'll take it himself. Calls his own number. Doesn't cross the line, and he gets it complete to Azen. Azen still up on his feet. Inside the 10, inside the 5, and finally wrapped down. Correction, that was Bo Ravanaugh. The entirety of St. Vincent crashed, thinking that Fung was going to be taking that himself. He got up to the line of scrimmage about a yard before and was just able to float it over everyone's head. And Ravanaugh was where nobody else was. And he just lost the foot race to the end zone.
1st and goal at the 2. Well, we had thought this was going to be a shootout. We were right.
1 man in motion. A missed exchange, and Fung's going to go down way back for almost a 10-yard loss. Fung was looking to hand it off to his right, and Madrigal went to his left.
And that is going to bring us to the end of the first quarter. Here in the NorCal Division 6AA Regional Championship, the St. Vincent Mustangs 14, Palo Alto Vikings 7. We will come back after this break. This is the NFHS Network.
With great brands at the best prices at Academy Sports and Outdoors, you'll always find more fun. More of this, and more of this, and this. So you can do more of that, and that, and definitely some of that. While getting together for more of that, and that. Yes! Have more fun with great brands at the best prices, only at Academy Sports and Outdoors.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 12 million participants in America who take part in high school sports or activities.
All right. Start of the second quarter here. Vikings have the ball. 2nd and goal from the 11. 1 man in motion. And it's going to be the jet sweep to Auzen. And Auzen is inside the 5, inside the 2. And that's where he'll be stopped. Almost had me faked out on the triple play action. Now you bring in Palo as your fullback. Get the big package. Now if you're going to run it anywhere, I'd run it behind number 75, Jeremiah Stallworth. They go behind him. Madrigal to the right side, and he is in.
Touchdown, Vikings. Madrigal with a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings are 1 point away from tying this game back up.
Well, he ran right behind Jeremiah Stallworth. He's like the Trent Williams of high school football at this point. He is humongous. You can see him from anywhere on this field. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean, he oversizes everybody. Low snap, and that kick is blocked. Becerra went for the kick, but Fung couldn't get a clean hold on the snap as it was low in the turf.
Yeah, we get people up in the booth that can't figure out how to close a door up here.
Yeah, it's a little chilly. It'd be nice to have your door closed behind you.
Well, last year we watched the shootout when Anthony and I were calling the NorCal 4A game. We were watching a shootout going on down south with Laguna Hills Charter and Granada Hills, and that was a 56-55 game. This could start shaping up to be something just like that.
Well, we were talking earlier, our score prediction was it was going to be both teams in the 40s, and it's shaping up to be just like that. As Becerra is ready to kick it off, he'll kick it deep. Joseph Edwards will take it at the 10, looking to his left. And Edwards gets shoved out of bounds just past the 30 at the 32-yard line. Was shoved out of bounds by Dylan Taylor. Mustangs dressed out in all blue with white letters, white helmets will be going from right to left here on your screen, while the Palo Alto Vikings, all white with green accents going from left to right. I'll say on your TV dial, as that's Greg's specialty that he always says every game. So the 35-yard line will be where St. Vincent's takes over and starts this drive. Gabe Casanovas will take it on a read option. Casanovas got forward for about 2 on forward progress, and then got shoved back by 3 Vikings, including Jeremiah Stallworth.
Well, they'll credit Anthony Landa Mendoza as well on that tackle and make it 2nd and 7.
Yeah, it definitely looks like the rain is completely stopping. Looking at the lights, no fog, no nothing. It's completely clear for the rest of the night, we hope.
Well, game tape we've been watching, it was a lot of Castronovas doing a lot of read option. Tonight, he's really using his running backs.
One man in motion. It's Davis. Handoff will go right up the gut. Catarelli. He gets it for another 2 just to the other side of the 40.
Gustavo Miramontes on the tackle.
So we'll call it 3rd and a long 4. We'll call it 3rd and 5. Trips left. Watch for a quick pass or a quick screen to the left here. Get a high safety. That's exactly what they go with. And Jack Davis has got the first. Vikings were playing with a 1 high safety on that left side. Looked like a cover 3 look, and that's one way to do it when you have 3 wideouts on the left side. It's just a quick strike. Because we're going to get a flag down. And it'll be pass interference against St. Vincent. So take off the yardage and bring it back to, we'll see where they bring it back to.
It was 3rd and 5.
It'll be 3rd and 15. Make that 3rd and 20. It's a 15-yard penalty. Wow. That is a killer right there. It was a great play call. And now, instead of a first down, close to midfield, it's 3rd and 20, back from your own 25. Going to need a miracle here. Stick formation on the far side. Casanovas has to launch one. He will, and he overthrows his intended target. Was looking for Jack Ellis. That brings up 4th down.
Bo Ravenau was in the coverage there, and he was going step for step.
Well, that's just a series of unfortunate events for the St. Vincent De Paul Mustangs. We'll call it 2 series of unfortunate events. They should have had a turnover in the ball at the Vikings about 40 to 35. Instead, they call it an incomplete pass. And then here, they would have had a first down near midfield. And instead, it was a 3rd and 20. Punt goes off the side of the foot of Tyler Chalou. And it'll go out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 47.
Well, still 6-0. Cerritos over Wasco. That's only got 3 minutes left in the second quarter. And Cerritos just went on a big run. Like they picked up 30-plus yards. Try to get you some other scores while across the NorCal AA games tonight.
Handoff will go to Madrigal to the left side, and he's not going anywhere. He's going backwards. Drilled back for a loss of 3. Jack Davis in there on a stop, as well as a couple other Mustangs, a horde of them. Well, Palo Alto really has done all their damage through the air. While a couple of them were on busted plays, I would look at Zen on single coverage on the right side. No high safety on him. And a great out route. They hit Zen at the 40, and he's in a foot race, but he's dragged down just inside the 30. What an interesting route. We will get a flag
there
down.
Is a flag.
Could be for roughing. That's in the area of roughing or holding. Wait for the call. And that is what it will be. CJ Perez is hanging his head down low. That gets added on to the end of the big gain. So from the 30, should bring it up if that's a 10-yard penalty. Bring it up to either the, should be the 20, yeah?
No, they counted. It said half the distance to the goal.
Well, from the 30, then it will most likely be exactly at the 15 if it's half the distance.
And
that's
right
what
at
it'll
the
be.
15, as you well prognosticated. You don't use that word a lot.
That was a great look. Wonder if they do that same route on the far left with Jeremiah Fung. Madrigal will take it, and Madrigal gets swallowed up at the line.
Don't think he got any gain.
Zeke, or Rob Rooks.
Or Nico Antonini.
I'll call a couple of different Mustangs in there on the tackle.
Looks like you got 1 yard.
Second down.
Two running backs in the shotgun. Fung, not sure where he was throwing that ball. Maybe he was trying to throw it to the cameraman in the back of the end zone. It was way overthrown for Jeremiah Fung.
Yeah, he led that pass by a good 8 yards. Fung, there was no way he was catching up to that thing.
Maybe if you take another step and a half drop, you might be able to hit that in stride. It's a good look, just a quick out route. Well, that'll bring up a third down. I do like that same look, though. Single coverage, no high safety. Your high safety's on the right side. It'll be a screen pass, and it's intercepted. Jack Oliphant.
Oliphant didn't really even jump that route. It was just short thrown.
He was looking for Jeremiah Madrigal on the screen. And what looked to be a very promising drive for the Vikings goes up in smoke. There really wasn't even any sort of smoke before the fire. That just erupted in a blaze.
Yeah, Oliphant he was just in coverage. He never jumped it. He just found it right in his hands.
Jack Davis on the quick throw. Davis will get forward to the 30 on the dive, just shy of the first. Be 2 yards short. Jake Wang and Bo Ravenau in coverage on that left side. Mustangs hurry up to the line. Davis will take this carry, and he might be close to the first or wait for the spot. They give him 1.
Brought down immediately. That's going to be good for a Mustang first down.
Well, they ended up changing the spot of where Davis was down. They gave him an extra yard. As the original diagnosis of that play was it was down at the 31. Ended up giving him the first, and the drive will continue. Vikings loading a lot in the box. 2 men go in motion. Play action. And Casanovas, no way he got out of that. He's not getting out of the grasp.
Oh, but there may be a face mask.
Well, Roman Jacobs came in to finish the job. And that one was clear to see. Roman Jacobs came in from that far left side.
If that's at the spot, that's just going to clear the first down marker.
Well, they're already marking it at the 45 is what I see. Make that the 47.
Ball is spotted at the 47-yard line. First down, Mustangs.
So it would have been a fantastic defensive play for the Vikings. Once again, falls the Mustangs' way. Casanovas will take it himself on the quarterback draw, and he got back to the line of scrimmage.
That's all he got.
Gustavo Viramontes.
He got met by a whole host of Vikings.
And on the tackle for Palo Alto. No gain on the play. Second down.
Brings up a 2nd down and 10. Trips right, shotgun snap. Madrigal will take it, and he'll throw it, and it's incomplete. Was looking for Antonini.
Antonini knew it too.
Which was interesting because that looked like it was just a flat-out handoff in front of him. Wasn't a bad throw by Catarelli. As Antonini was looking upfield, he was wide open. Little trickery here. Doesn't pay off, brings up a 3rd and 10. With about 4.5 minutes remaining here in the half. Alto looking for another big stop. Stick left, 2 right, 5 wide. Casanovas will call his own number. Escapes one tackler to the left sideline. He's got the first and more.
Well, once he broke to that edge on the left, he was off to the races. Bo Revenant with the tackle.
First and 10 from the Palo Alto 32-yard line.
Now, since the early first quarter, this is the best drive the Mustangs have had.
Well, 1st and 10 from the 32. Casanovas has got pressure in his face. Scrolls to his left, and he hits it complete to Antonini down the left sideline. Antonini threw 1, but not enough for the touchdown. Got knocked out of bounds at the 3.
Isaiah Walker on the tackle.
Make that the 4. I formation here for the Mustangs. 1st and goal from the 4. Catarelli in the backfield. And it'll be in. Oh, what a fantastic play call. What a play call. Jack Davis on the pitch. Touchdown Mustangs. Whew. That was very, very well played. It was a pitch to the right, and Catarelli went to the right. And Davis intercepted it and just split between 3 tackles.
Let's bring on Tyler Chalou for the extra point. Snap is down, kick is up, and that kick is good. Makes it 21-13. Well, that was a good answer back for the Mustangs. They had gone well over a quarter plus, really doing nothing on offense.
Well, now with just under 4.5 minutes to go in the half here, Palo Alto will receive the kick to start the second half. So a score here before the half, get it within a 1-point game or tie the ball game up. It'll be a brand new ball game with only 24 minutes to play. But one step at a time.
Tyler Chalou coming on a kick.
Believe that's Jason Alzen back at about the 15. Indeed it is. Jake Wang and Jeremiah Madrigal are at the 25. Kick will go right into the hands of the up man of Dylan Taylor. Taylor got up to the 35-yard line, and that's all he's going to get.
But Palo Alto will start in good field position again.
for this Vikings team, most of their damage has been done through the air, but also the damage done against them was through the air. They got it deep into Mustangs territory, had a couple of opportunities to score, and just threw it right into the hands of Jack Oliphant. Instead, Madrigal will get the carry to the right. Then he'll get forward for about 5 before Jeremiah Fung wraps him up from behind.
I'm going to credit George Chaput on the tackle. And I know I can get that last name right because his brother was my TA last year at San Marin.
Oh, there you go. Well, 2nd and 5 now. Strong formation. Looking way deep downfield. It's complete. Fung hits. Well, Fung hits Fung.
Jeremiah Fung with a catch. Fung gets knocked out of bounds.
Well, since the rain stopped, it's actually pretty nice. I can't lie to you. It's really not as cold as I thought it would be. We're also bundled up here, but
Yeah, but the cloud cover is keeping the freezing cold like it was the last few nights.
Madrigal pitch to the right, cuts inside, gets back to the line of scrimmage, but not going much further.
Yeah, Madrigal got tackled by Nico Antonini. He got tripped up right by the feet.
Nora Elbesley credited on the tackle.
No game, but that was Antonini that literally just tripped up at the feet. As we come to the later stages here, the first half.
Still in that strong formation. Fung, play action, looking deep for his brother, and he's got it overthrown. I'm assuming brother. I would have to double check on that, obviously.
Nico Antonini got a hand on that, but he was over the shoulder. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
Well, it's about the 3rd or 4th time that Fung has done that, where he's looked on his route and overthrown. Trips right, shotgun snap. Mustangs rush 5, quick throw over the middle, and it's dropped. Was looking for Auzen, and he got hit right as the ball got to him.
Well, you're in what we call no man's land. You're at the 35. We're going to get a timeout. I'll assume it was Palo Alto because they did not see.
Indeed.
So now you got to think, do you really want to punt that ball, or and maybe eat a 30-second clock, delay a game? All right, we'll come back in a moment. This is the NFHS Network.
Oh, you gotta tell me about that.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 12 million participants in America who take part in high school sports or activities.
All right, we are back. 2:27 remains here in the first half. It's decision time for Palo Alto. 4th and 10. They're at their Mustang 35. And they're going to go, at least they got the look, they're going to go for it. Justin Fung. And now we're going to get a timeout for St. Vincent's. All right, let's bring up another commercial. And we'll come back in just another moment.
I just wanted to take a minute to thank you for all that you do officiating high school football.
What you do matters, and what you do is important for our student athletes.
Without you and what you do, it's just practice.
I know you've worked hard in your preparation this offseason, and now it's game time.
Go out there and call them like you see them.
Embrace the grind.
And the biggest thing of all is to have fun.
Please, stay safe, have a great season, and we'll all be watching.
And just as quickly, we are right back here.
Oh, 4th and 10 here. Offense stays on the field for the Palo Alto Vikings.
So St. Vincent saw something in the coverage they didn't like and called an immediate timeout.
And now Vikings will go 5 wide.
They had that 5 wide look just a few moments ago before the timeout was called.
Madrigal in motion. It'll be a double reverse flea flicker. He's got a man wide open, and it's caught.
Touchdown Vikings!
Jake Wang. That right there is college football play call.
And Wang was wide open. He had no one within 15 yards of him. And same with there was another receiver out here on the edge, just as wide open.
I think Alzen was on this far right side as well. Wang, I don't think, had anybody within 15 yards of him. Everybody crashed.
Gerardo Becerra back on for the extra point. Snap is down, kick is up, and that kick is good. Just wow, what a great play design there on a double reverse.
And what a game we've had the pleasure to watch, pleasure to call at this point in the ball game. We knew this was going to be a shootout game and it was going to be close, but man, some of these plays keep you on the edge of your seat all game long.
Starts kind of giving that Boise State vibe right there.
It's more giving me Colts Titans 2012 vibes. The shootouts.
Which we would be remiss to say Andrew Luck is the offensive coordinator for the Palo Alto Vikings, as well as the quarterback's coach.
And we're going to get a referee's stoppage for a moment here on the near line judge.
Well, this field's going to be slick for the most of the night.
Yeah, you can see it's got that kind of slick shine to it. Once you can see around the 40-yard line on your screen on the top right, you can see it shine.
Gerardo Becerra getting ready to kick, and he kicks it, and it's another one on the ground.
Just a line drive.
That is to Jeremiah Fung.
That's Catarelli that had it.
Catarelli? You're right.
Catarelli was out about his own 15 and took it up.
Oh, we got a halftime score down in SoCal. Cerrito 6, Wasco nothing.
And winner of this game will face the winner of the game down in SoCal.
Now, one of 3 locations, I can guarantee one of them is not Saddleback.
Well, Saddleback, as we all know, it's the marquee event for the Open D1 and I think D2. Don't know the other schools where they're going to be playing. St. Vincent will take over. Quick pass to the right to Jack Davis. That play has been quite lucrative for him all day long. Casanovas has hit it almost every single time. 6-yard gain.
Jeremiah Fung credited with a tackle.
Mustangs on hurry up. They want to score before the half with under 2 to go. Handoff up the gut. Catarelli got close to the line to gain. We'll wait for the spot.
They're going to count him a yard short.
Well, here's where Vikings are loading the box. Play action be good. It's a pitch to the left. Catarelli's got it. Catarelli's not going to make it.
In fact, he gets dropped 4 yards back.
Shea Durenberger. And Durenberger's up slow. Or I apologize. That is Bo Ravenaugh. I'm looking at the wrong roster. It'll be 4th and 3, and Mustangs are quick up to the line. Timeout called, and that'll be a timeout Palo Alto.
And that's going to be Palo Alto's final timeout of the half.
Their final timeout of the first half.
Must be an interesting time as we try to get another commercial up here very quickly. All right, we'll come back in a moment here on the NFHS Network.
After the timeout, 4th down and 3. Punt unit's going to come on here for St. Vincent. Tyler Chalou on to punt. Jeremiah Madrigal back at his own 20 to field. He'll field at the 21, and he gets popped immediately.
Well, he made that mistake of not calling for a fair catch.
Malcolm Rooks was the first one to him, and Jack Ellis was the finishing blow.
I can't imagine what he was thinking of not calling for a fair catch.
He must have thought he had more time.
Yeah.
That ball just kind of hung in the air.
It was a really good kick by Chalou. It was exactly what you want. It may have only gone close to 30 yards, but it did hang in the air, and it gave his special teams time to get down there.
That's one of those plays that you'll see usually on highlight films of somebody getting absolutely rocked when trying to field a punt. But for Palo Alto, this is a shot for them. As Zen goes in motion, he'll take the pitch left.
And he's going to get met immediately. In fact, he gets dropped for 2 yards.
Nico Antonini, I believe, was on the tackle. He shed one blocker.
Palo Alto has no timeouts. They're going to have to go in some type of hurry up.
30 seconds here. They might just be content letting this ball go. Might run it one more time and run this to half and go conservative.
Stay tuned for the cheerleaders if we have.
I know St. Vincent has theirs out here. I don't see any from Palo Alto.
So, and I know St. Vincent's is actually going to have their cheerleaders perform because I heard them during that. And this is going to take us to the half.
Wow, what a great first half of ball we've seen.
Your halftime score. The St. Vincent's De Paul Mustangs 21, the Palo Alto Vikings 20. Here in the NorCal Division 6-AA Regional Championship, the winner is going to head to Southern California and take on the winner of Cerritos and Wasco, who is currently at the half. This is going to be a 15-minute halftime. We'll cut to break, Anthony and I. Jay Raffinelli is your cameraman. He'll focus on the cheerleaders here for a few minutes. And then we will come back after the half.
21-20 is your score as we start the second half of action here. Palo Alto will receive the second half kick from St. Vincent De Paul. Down by 1. It's really just been a game of back and forth. St. Vincent jumped out to a 14-0 lead. As we're cleaning our cameras, a little bit of mist that's still out there. Palo Alto came back and scored twice, but missed the second extra point as it was blocked. And then both teams traded one blow. Let's see. Well, should be all right here. I'm guessing
Oh, he clicked something.
I'm guessing that our cord just goes up, so we'll have to go radio style for a moment. As we get kicked off, Madrigal will take it at the 30-yard line to the left-hand side. And he got forward for about 6 yards afterwards as Greg will go up to take care of the camera. There it is. We're back. Hoorah. There it is. All you missed was one small play.
On a wet night, you got to kind of play with the numbers here. And
it happens sometimes, especially when you're talking playoff football. There's always something that's going to go wrong. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line. Palo Alto will hand it off on their first play to Madrigal. And Madrigal will go nowhere.
He'll get a yard.
And even that, it felt generous to give him 1.
Ooh, that wind is kicked up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. There we go.
I'll just have to deal with not being able to see very well in front of me. I can still see, just a little foggy. Gain of 1, 2nd and 9 here. Just under 24 minutes to play here in the California State 6-AA Northern California Championship game as Fung went down.
Well, there was no receiver in the area.
Well, they're going to say Bo Ravenel was. They're going to say that Bo Ravenel was in the near vicinity within 10 yards.
Well, that's being generous with the 10.
Well, Fung, what he had to do was just evade out of 3 different defenders, and I couldn't see who originally wrapped him up. But he got that ball off. We got word of Declan Packard, and the reason he was a late scratch with an injury last week in their ball game, a concussion is what we've been told. So he's out for this ball game. So Fung, the freshman, he called his own number, tried stepping up in the pocket. He went down.
Fung got clothesline nearly.
And that's a great defensive stop. First drive, 3 and out here for St. Vincent.
So it's Rob Rooks on the tackle. Well, we got 3rd and goal in the Southland. Cerritos right now trying to hold Wasco. It's 3rd and goal at the 1. And they got 2:11 remaining in the 3rd.
Jack Davis back at his own 40 to receive the long punt. Punt gets away clean, almost blocked. And it'll take a Mustang bounce at the 42.
And then reverse trend.
Yeah, it really did. It bounced at the 42, hit the 45, and then rolled back. Good punt from Becerra.
Glad you're joining us here on the NFHS Network. This is the California 6AA Regional Championship.
Winner of this game next week will play down in Southern California for the 6AA state title. And right now it's anybody's game, 21-20.
2 left, 2 right. It's going to be a handoff to Mason.
Was that Catarelli? It was. Catarelli.
Catarelli.
Got forward for about 2. And it's very hard to see both of us now with the kind of fogged up windows in front of us.
Yeah, we got fogged up windows. At least the rain stopped, but all of a sudden the wind kicked in big time.
about 50 degrees now. It's dropped a couple of from 52 or 53. So staying around that 50 mark. 2nd and 8, and we're going to get a flag down, most likely for a false start.
And it makes it 2nd and 13. It's one of those unfortunate penalties. As you start thinking about your drive. There we go. And thankfully, our door keeps getting shut behind us now after we barked about it a couple times.
Had to. Should a wood box of emotion up here.
4-3 look.
Tunnel screen to Davis.
And Davis, that was well read. Roman Jacobs on the tackle. He read that well. That's going to make it 3rd and 9.
Brings it to 3rd and 9 now. Mustangs will go with Casanovas under center. And a bunch tight left. And then you're going to do that same play that they scored the touchdown with to Davis on the right side, and Davis gets the first.
It's just kind of an end around.
Well, that's the exact same play that they used to score the touchdown late in the 2nd. Some enthusiastic Mustang fans down there. It's nice to see. It's a packed house out here at Casa Grande High School.
They did a really good job packing the house, especially with the poor weather tonight.
Well, thankfully, the rain has stopped as Casanovas will take it on his QB draw. He got forward for about 3. Bring up a 2nd and medium. And we're going to get a penalty called. Looks like they got Palo Alto to jump. As the clock will run again with the ball spotted at the 38-yard line. 2nd and 3. Watch Ty Nickens. He's out here on an island. That safety crashes. One man in motion. It's Davis. Casanovas is looking his way. He'll scramble and look to the right side. And it's incomplete. Ball hit the turf right before it got into the hands of Nico Antonini.
Well, you called that. He was looking at Nickens, but Nickens was well covered. Yeah, Jake Wang, matching him step for step. Brings up a 3rd and 2.
So 3rd down, 3 to go. Have to get to the 35 for the first. Bunch formation, stick left. And we'll get a timeout called.
Okay, well, we'll cut to commercial. Back in a moment.
It's our 21 awards from the American Heart Association. and some from our best patients too.
It's the shot to boost his immunity.
It's the dinosaur stickers.
It's being voted best place to have a baby.
It's the option to have Dr. Chin or a nurse midwife by my side.
And knowing our family will be cared for, no matter who we are or who we love.
Well, we'll cut away from commercial real quick. 3rd and 3. It's that bunch formation look once again on the left side.
We'll see if they run that same reverse play. But instead this time they might actually hand it off.
Casanovas is lined up under center.
Catarelli, you're back. And it's going to go to Antonini. Antonini trying to hit the sideline. Waiting for the spot. It looked like he got it.
He got met right at the line to gain.
Wait for the spot. It looks like they will give it to him. And they will.
Yeah, I didn't see who made the tackle, but it was right there at the line, and he got stood up.
Well, Antonini, he had that little bit of a head of steam. He got met directly at the 35.
Well, we go to the 4th. Down in SoCal, Wasco now has a 7-6 lead over Cerritos.
Well, both in 1-point games. As that handoff will go to Mason Catarelli. They'll mark Catarelli forward for about 4. Again, wherever you're watching from tonight, we welcome you here to the NFHS Network. My name's Anthony Allen alongside Greg Irish. Jay Raffinelli's your camera person up top.
Who's doing yeoman's work tonight because he's got a hurt foot.
Well, he's got the injured foot. He's dealing with the cold. Hopefully you're enjoying yourself a nice, we'll say, hot chocolate. Because again, this is a high school broadcast. 2nd down and 5. Catarelli took that inside handoff, tried taking it out wide, and he got met for a 2-yard loss.
Anthony Mendoza on the tackle. They're going to say loss of 1. Wonder if they go with that bunch formation once again. It's worked twice.
Well, on a 3rd and 7, you really got to look towards the air. Watch that quick screen on the near side on the bottom of your screen. Said Davis will go in motion. And looks like Casanova will take it himself, and Casanovas won't go anywhere. He's wrapped up by Peyton Werner. Werner got, well, he met him exactly at the line of scrimmage, and he did not let Casanovas go. But now you're in no man's land. You're going for it here. That run on a 3rd and 7 just kind of tipped your hand that you were going for it regardless. Now you might want to see go into the air. We'll see if the play action works and gets any of the DBs to bite. Maybe find Antonini over the middle.
Well, they're going trips right on the one left. Casanovas looking deep.
Did he get Antonini? Antonini with the completion with enough yards for the first.
Palapongi and Roman Jacobs met Antonini right at the spot where the ball met, and I don't know how Antonini made that catch.
Well, he got submarine, then he was falling to his back and somehow held onto that ball. That will be a key play in this ball game. That conversion now brings it just outside of the red zone, 1st and 10. Davis in motion. Play action. Casanovas is going to take it to the left side on the read option with 2 blockers in front of him. He'll cut back, but he's inside the 5, and he's ripped out of bounds. Those misdirection style plays have worked wonders for St. Vincent De Paul. So they mark 1st and goal at the 5 now. There'll be trips left here for the Mustangs. Catarelli as the running back in the shotgun. Davis, the man in motion. Casanovas will call his own number up the middle, waiting for the call, and he's in.
Touchdown, Mustangs.
He had a head of steam and a hole in front of him. And that'll put the Mustangs up 27-20.
Our first score of the half.
Shalou on for the extra point to make this an 8-point game. It's a low kick, a line drive, but it's good.
So with $1:54 remaining, the Mustangs go back up by 8. I was kind of surprised that Palo Alto didn't go for 2 when they hit that touchdown late in the first.
I'm surprised that St. Vincent didn't go for 2 there. You go up by 9, you go up by 2 scores. Now you still leave the door open here for Palo Alto if they do come down and score to tie it up. As we're trying to see some scores from around the league. Still that 7-6 ball game down in Southern California. A lot of the other games aren't updating their scores.
We do have one, Escalon down to Akalani's 20. Where did I have that at? 34-14 now in the 4th.
Well, an onside kick coming, and the ball hits the turf. It's a scramble for it. It looked like Palo Alto got on it.
Dylan Taylor was the first to touch it, and I think he was the last. I think he got it. He did. And we
he's
got
down.
We got well, it wasn't Dylan Taylor. We got an injured Viking.
Well, I can't get a number, but he was down at the bottom of that scrum. Might have gotten cleated. But he's down, and you can see he's visibly in some pain.
All right, we're going to cut to a commercial while we find out what's going on. 28-20. Mustangs up. Back in a moment.
Hey, conductor, how about something new? You played this last year.
Come on, get your head out of your sacks.
Shh, we're trying to hear.
Well, I'm sick and tired of hearing your kid play the wrong notes. Where's my kid solo?
At least you can see your kid. Why is my kid stuck way in the back?
The conductor only plays his favorite.
My kid heard that solo.
You say mine did?
Yeah,
Wow, that's a huge blow for the Palo Alto Vikings. Jeremiah Madrigal was the injured player at the bottom of that scrum, their leading running back. Zen will take the jet sweep to the left side on first down from their own 39, and Zen got it across midfield.
And now we got a shaken up Mustang.
Well, no timeout will be called. So he was able just to pop right back up.
Well, Zen on that jet sweep took it on an inside handoff. He just blew through a couple Mustangs. Pistol look, 2 right, 1 left.
Well, they're looking for Ozen. Fung was looking and just wasn't able to do anything with it. Jeremiah Stallworth was in the backfield. And that's a good sign. Jeremiah Madrigal is back in the game here for Palo Alto. That would have been a huge blow. Their starting running back. This will be 2nd down and 10. Looking over the middle, rolling out to his right is Fung, and Fung gets taken down on the other side of midfield. Rob Rooks for a about 6-yard loss.
So it'll be a loss of 5. Going to bring up 3rd and 15. The way Fung went down, I thought he got horse collared from behind, but he grabbed the right about just at the number where the numbers in the shoulder pad meet. Five wide, trips left, 2 right.
See a big play here. Looking deep to the left side, and it's overthrown. Was checking out Bo Ravanaugh, and it was overthrown by about 1 yard.
Got floated up there, and it looked like a good throw.
Good coverage by the Mustangs, and that'll bring up 4th and long.
We got 21.8 seconds remaining.
And the punt unit's coming on the field.
Punt team comes in.
Which is smart. You could try and just chuck one deep and do a arm punt style play, but the one thing I don't understand is you bring in Jeremiah Stallworth to come in the shotgun, and you don't utilize him for a run block. That I don't understand. But Becerra gets the punt away, and it's a spiral punt. Hits about the 15. It's rolling, and it's a great punt down inside the 10 at the 7. And that's where the Mustangs will take over.
Now, Malcolm Rooks was here on the left side. He was the only one back, and that went over to the right. That's going to leave 9.4 seconds remaining here in the quarter.
Well, Gabe Casanovas led Mustangs. Got their work cut out for him. 92 yards needed for a touchdown. Catarelli had that long run early. He can break him out pretty easily. He's lined up in the shotgun. Davis in motion. And Casanova will take it himself. He got up close towards the 1st down marker, was taken down by Isaiah Walker, who hit him first. They mark him just short with a 9-yard gain, but that takes us to the 4th.
And to 3, Mustangs 28, Palo Alto 20. We will come back here with the start of the 4th after a few commercials.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 12 million participants in America who take part in high school sports or activities.
12 minutes to go to decide who will head down to Southern California and attempt their bid at a California 6 AA state championship game. 28-20, St. Vincent De Paul over Palo Alto. St. Vincent with the ball, 2nd and 1. They'll be going from left to right. Palo Alto from right to left. St. Vincent all blue, Palo Alto all white. If you've watched us so far, it's been a game of back and forth. These teams are showing that they want it, and it's setting up to be a fantastic ending to this ball game. So buckle up if you haven't buckled up already. These next 12 minutes, or 11 minutes and change at this point, is going to be fun.
And with that run, it's going to make it a first down.
Well,
Trips
first down.
right. Yeah, trips right, one left.
Davis, the motion man. Catarelli gets the handoff. Made one man miss with a stutter step and was able to get forward for about 3.
Tackle was made by Anthony Landa Mendoza. I'm going to say he picked up 4 on the play.
It was a good outside run. He had a couple blockers in front of him and picked his hole wisely. Brings up a 2nd down and call it a long 6. Casanovas takes the read option to the right sideline. Flags down. It will be most likely coming back. That'll be against Jack Oliphant. He is holding that left outside linebacker just a little bit too long.
Now from 2nd and 6 to what could be 2nd and 16 or more.
Well, it'll most likely be half the distance if it happened around the 20, which ends up being brought back to the 13. So a 2nd and manageable turns into a 2nd and long. Trips to the far side on the top of your screen. 1 to the near side. It's Nickens on an island. Casanova's feeling pressure. Finds his man Antonini at the 15, and Antonini will scamper forward up just to the other side of the 25, marked at the 27.
Oh, that makes it 3rd and 2.
Yeah, they marked him actually a yard even further, the 28.
3rd and 1.
It's a long one. And Casanovas might have gotten Palo Alto to jump. This will be a big call. And it will be encroachment. Casanovas did get, I believe that was Horacio Becerra to jump. I could be wrong on the number.
Well, they go from 2nd and 16 to getting most of it back and then jumping. That hurts.
Well, it just goes to show how big that 4th down conversion on the last drive was for St. Vincent, as you ended up with a score. You have the chance with another score here to go up big by 2. Casanovas will take it himself, but he's not going anywhere.
No, he got a low snap.
He looked like he was going to get stopped for a loss. He made 1 cut and got forward for about 3. Still 7-6 down south. WASC over Cerritos.
With a $1.19, and Cerritos just got the ball back.
Well,
At their own 10.
We'll know when that's over. We'll know when we're going to get an influx of viewers to go and see what team will be heading down south.
We'll have to do a cutaway like they always do. For those of you joining us.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I was thinking.
Trips right, one left.
There's that kind of bubble screen look to Antonini, and he got met at the 35-yard line by two Palo Alto defenders. Bo Revenaugh was the first one to him.
No gain on the play. Makes it 3rd and 8.
That was a great read by Revenaugh. He just, right as he saw the ball leave the hand, he had his sights set on a blue jersey with a number 4 on it, and he was not letting him go. Brings up a big 3rd down. Palo Alto needs a stop.
4-3 look.
Casanovas with all the time in the world over the middle, and he overthrows Joseph Edwards.
Now, in coverage was Jake Wang. But he places that on the left side instead of the right. Off to the races.
Well, Edwards was open by a good 2 or 3 yards if that ball was just placed in the breadbasket. Now the punt unit comes on. Tyler Chalou on for the kick. He got a booming kickoff that's fielded by Jeremiah Madrigal, and he might have gotten forward for 3 after receiving that punt.
He does get it to the 38-yard line.
Well, it looks like they're actually going to mark him at the 40. I'm looking at the near line judge. They're giving him forward progress. This will be big for Cerritos. Minutes ago, they're trying to get down to field goal range.
Wasco playing a little bit of that prevent defense.
Oh, man, here we go with our normal. They're calling both games.
We do this a lot.
But Kevin Harlan. 1st and 10, though, here. From the 40, Fung slipped.
I don't know if he fumbled. He just kind of slipped with the ball.
Well, I think he might have tripped up. There. Well, you've got the scoreboard here up. I might be able to get you that game down there. What's the other team down there? Wasco?
Wasco.
There we go. Be able to watch that one on the network. We'll have that one up right in front of us here.
2 tight end look.
Madrigal with the handoff. Got back to the original line of scrimmage. That brings up a 3rd down. This is not a do-or-die drive here for Palo Alto. You still have maybe 1 or 2 drives, depending. As we're watching Wasco and Cerritos. Cerritos somehow just got out of a 6-man blitz and almost threw an interception.
Oof.
But we got 3rd down here. Fung with about a 5-step drop. He'll sling one over the middle, and it's complete to Bo Revenaugh for a gain of 2.
And there's a flag on the play.
Well, this will be an interesting one here. If it's against Palo Alto, that's going to be a drive killer. If it's against St. Vincent's, you could have a first. And I'm seeing one of the referees pointing to the right. Oh, they're going to wave off the flag. So that'll bring up 4th and 8, and I see the punt unit coming onto the field.
Yeah, you're right. You don't need to, as long as you get a defensive stop, you don't need to do something drastic and go on for 4th and 8. But it's critical you get a good punt here.
Well, Cerritos on 3rd down. Oh, and it fell incomplete.
Becerra is going to kick it away. He does get a good one.
And Davis would just let it go, and it takes a great Palo Alto bounce inside of the 10. What more can you ask from your kicker? The third time that Becerra has pinned the Mustangs deep inside of their own 10.
Rooks, he had sat there at the 30 and just kind of let that bounce by. Hard to tell if he just had any intention of looking at that one. And the rain is starting again.
It's slowly coming in. Not too bad. So they mark it down at the 8. With 6 minutes to go, 3 timeouts, I believe, or 2 timeouts.
3 timeouts for Palo Alto, 2 for St. Vincent's.
That's what it is. So you could get a couple defensive stops here as Casanovas on the read option takes to the left, evades one tackle to the left sideline, and he's ripped out of bounds, but he gets enough yardage for the first. As we've got the final play, what could be the final play from scrimmage down in SoCal. Wasco, if they get a stop. There's a quick pitch, a double pitch, and the ball hit the turf.
They went with that quick pitch Statue of Liberty.
And with 15 to go, that'll do it for SoCal.
Wasco is going to be your 6AA regional Southern champion.
Cerritos came up just short. Well, there's a flag down on that. I do see flags. It could be afterwards for celebration, but we'll cut back to that here in a moment. And flag down. It'll be a timeout called by St. Vincent before the snap.
That's going to be their second timeout. So we'll cut to commercial. This is the NFHS Network.
It's our 21 awards from the American Heart Association.
And some from our best patients, too.
It's the shot to boost his immunity.
It's the dinosaur stickers.
It's being voted best place to have a baby.
It's the option to have Dr. Chin or a nurse midwife by my side.
And knowing our family will be cared for, no matter who we are or who we love.
Thought this headset just broke for a second there. That was just when I heard that was a loud snap that I don't usually like hearing. Well, on first down, the handoff will go up the middle, and what it looked like was Catarelli was going to be stopped, but the pile pushes, and he got 7.
That's 7 off that. The initial push, he only got 3, but he picked up 4 extra yards. Oh, we got to say this a couple times for all of you joining us from Southern California. Having watched Wasco defeat Cerritos 7-6, you're not seeing quite the defensive battle, but you are seeing a lot of rain that is just starting to fall once again.
And congratulations to the Wasco Tigers of Wasco, California for their victory. The winner of this ball game will head down to Southern California next weekend to play against that orange and black.
Catarelli gets dropped for a 2-yard loss, make it 3rd and 5. And we have an injured Viking.
And that is Roman Jacobs. That's a big hit.
I couldn't tell the way he went down. I think it might just be a cramp.
And that's what they look like they're working on, but Roman Jacobs, their right outside linebacker. He's had a couple of very, very big plays this ball game. A couple of them coming here late in the ball game. He did have that one, I would call it blunder early with that face mask penalty on the sack.
Yeah, they're working on him like as it is a cramp.
Exactly, but as Greg mentioned, if you're just joining us, this game has been a back-and-forth battle. It's been a real heavyweight bout. St. Vincent De Paul went out 14-0 early in the first. Palo Alto, with a couple of defensive stops and a couple of scores, brought it back to 13-14. They got their extra point kick blocked, and then both teams traded blows. St. Vincent came out here at the end of the third and had a nice score, and that's what this ball game is at now, 28-20, with under 5 to go. Palo Alto needs a stop here. 3rd and 5 from their own 25-yard line. Well, now that you're all caught up, if you joined late even then, my name's Anthony Allen, Greg Irish, your executive producer, as we call each other, our cohorts in crime. Jay Raffinelli doing the yeoman's work up top in the rain.
He's the only person here that does not want an overtime.
Oh, yeah. But this has just been a fantastic ball game to call for 6-AA. 3rd and 5 handoff. It's going to go to the right side. Catarelli. Flag went flying in from midfield.
2 flags came in, and they may be 2 separate flags.
And we're going to have a Viking slow to get up.
Well,
got chop blocked. But Catarelli got stopped short regardless. So we'll see what it is. It's going to be a hold against St. Vincent. So that'll back it up.
Well, do you take the penalty? Makes it 4th and 4.
And I think that's exactly what the conversation is on the far sideline.
And if you're St. Vincent's, do you just kind of go for broke and nope, we're going to accept the penalty.
Head coach David DiGeronimo. And assistant coach Andrew Luck decide to accept the penalty to be 3rd and long with under 4 to play. A conversion here would be a deflation for Palo Alto. We've seen St. Vincent make these types of plays.
Well, then you got to start burning your timeouts. Casanovas takes it.
Casanovas slips 1, slips 2, can't slip 3. He got forward for about 8. And a timeout will immediately be called by Palo Alto.
So the first timeout is going to bring up a 4th and 7. We will come back here in a moment. This is the NFHS Network.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 12 million participants in America who take part in high school sports or activities.
Well, 4th down here, a big defensive stop by the Palo Alto Vikings. This series was needed for that defense just to stand stout.
Azine to the left, Madrigal to the right.
Tyler Chalou on for the punt. They rush forward, and they almost get to the punter. And it's a good punt. It's drowned just on the other side of the 35 to the 34-yard line.
So the freshman quarterback, Justin Fung, he's going to have to lead this Palo Alto team down the field if Palo Alto has any shot at tying this game up. 2 timeouts for Palo Alto, 1 for the Mustangs of St. Vincent's. The rain has started again.
I can barely see, so I'm going to have to pop this one open as the rain does fall again. We said it earlier. Declan Packer out with a concussion, the freshman quarterback at the helm. He throws it, and it's in and out of the hands of his intended target. Was looking for Jason Alzen. Brings up second down.
Well, this is one of these that you're going to put the ball in the air for the most part, because even if it drops, he stops the clock. 3:03 remaining here in the fourth.
Vikings with 4 wide receivers, 2 on each side. Fung with a 2-step drop. Zips it over the middle. It's tipped up in the air. Almost intercepted by Joseph Edwards.
He slung that ball, too. Revenaugh was the intended receiver, and it went through his fingertips. 2:56 remain.
Well, Fung has the arm that he can zip one wherever he needs.
He would do better to try to at least scramble a little bit and buy some time for his receivers to get down the field. 3rd and 10.
Fung looking left. This time rolling right. Chucks it over the middle, and it's way overthrown for his intended targets. A little miscommunication. And that brings up 4th down.
Well, you got to go for it.
Well, with 2 timeouts, if you punt it deep, you have a shot.
Well, St. Vincent's now calls a timeout.
I think you trust your defense to make a stop, because if you hand the ball back, you give St. Vincent great field position.
And you may not see the ball back again.
So it's take your shot.
And, yeah, well, Fung that time finally scrambled, and it allowed some receivers to try to get some separation. He just overthrew his receiver by a good 6 to 7 yards. St. Vincent's looking for their first ever trip to a state championship.
And the offense is on the field for Palo Alto. Could be ball game right here. St. Vincent fans on their feet. 4 wide receivers. Shotgun snap. Fung stepping up in the pocket, flushed out, throwing to his right, and he's got it complete to Jeremiah Madrigal.
Madrigal came out of the backfield. What a catch.
Well, now you keep your composure. Regain it. You needed that. Brings it just shy of midfield at the 48. You got 10. Now you need 52 more.
Now the clock is running, so Fung has got to get this offense rolling. Trips left, 1 right.
Fung once again zips it over the middle, and it's overthrown just over the outstretched hands. Looking for Jeremiah Fung. Nico Antonini had a better chance of catching that one.
Now Palo Alto's line is really holding up.
Which early in this ball game, it was all C.J. Perez and Rob Rooks in the backfield.
Now a lot of St. Vincent's players have to play 2 ways.
The St. Vincent's fans are loud. 2nd down and 10. Empty backfield. His pass is complete. Got Jake Wang. And Wang falls forward and shoved out of bounds just shy of the 45, but across midfield.
He picks up 6. Tackle made by, didn't see who had it.
It was hard to see.
I think it was Catarelli.
Yeah, it's really hard to see with these 2 canopies that are right in front of us, right at the sideline.
I think our cameraman, Jay Ruffinelli, has a better look at that than we do.
Another big 3rd down. 3rd down and 4. Trips right. Fung's got pressure. He steps up in the pocket. Rolling to his right. He's got a man complete inside the 35. It's Azen.
Azen, and he picks up the 1st.
And Azen got down towards the 20.
Justin Fung scrambled and found Azen.
Brings it down inside the 25.
And keep in mind, Palo Alto has 2 timeouts left. St. Vincent's does not have any.
We'll call this our 2-minute warning. Trips left, first down inside the 25. Palo Alto driving, and that ball is 2 in front of Jake Wang.
Yeah, Fung slung that real quick. That's going to bring up second down. He's been better on the scrambles. As the rain is starting to fall, our cameraman Jay Ruffinelli is cleaning off the camera.
Well, the rain seems like it's slowly starting to stop. I don't see any raindrops falling. Right now it's just fog. Perfect conditions for Palo Alto. You don't want the rain.
Trips left, 1 right.
Bring up second down. Fung's looking deep, and he's going to... It's complete!
It's caught!
Jason Zen!
Touchdown, Vikings!
That ball looked like it was floated up 2 yards ahead.
What a catch by Jason Zen! And now the Vikings are going to go for 2.
Do you believe in magic? Because everybody that has a green light stick over on the far sideline, they better.
We could hear the cheer from all the way over midfield. If they watch that catch by Azen, they're going to be amazed.
That was beautiful. Those are the type of plays you draw up in practice, that you practice every single day.
An over-the-shoulder catch by Jason Azen. And now Palo Alto, with a 2-point conversion, can tie this up.
And this is really the game here. As Palo Alto has 1 timeout, if you give the ball back to St. Vincent, they theoretically can kneel the ball out. Or it would be 1 first down, would end the ball game, would ice it. But if you've stuck with us this far, man, you've watched a great game. We've watched a great game up here in the booth.
We knew we were in store for a good game. We didn't expect it to come down to this.
Well, here it is, the 2-point conversion.
And they're going with a tush push.
Or are they? Fung will throw it over the middle. It's complete, but there's a flag. It's going to be an illegal motion. They hit Jeremiah Fung, but it'll be an illegal motion on the offense. What would have been the game tire.
Well, now you got to go back to the drawing board. Well, that was a well-run play except for the illegal motion.
It was perfect. Down to the last minute detail, and Palo Alto will take 1 last time out.
They're going to take a final timeout. We'll take a quick break, too. Hang on, folks. 28-26. With a 2-point conversion coming up. We are the NFHS Network. Back in a moment.
The 2-point conversion, 1 stop for St. Vincent De Paul, basically seals your opportunity at going down to SoCal and playing the Wasco Tigers. For Palo Alto, You're 8 yards away from a tie ball game. Quads right for Palo Alto. Fung alone in the backfield, scrambling right. Going through his progressions, floats it up, and it's intercepted in the end zone by St. Vincent De Paul.
That was just a jump ball situation that Fung threw it up.
I believe that was Joseph Edwards on the pick.
That's not over yet because now you have Palo Alto with the onside kick. And you got to have your hands team out there on a slick turf. Nothing is guaranteed right now.
I'm going to pop open the window to see this. Get a better view. I'll try to give you your view. I'll just sneak my head out the window.
Ball's got to go to the 50. It's going to be kicked at the 40. Gerardo Becerra. He's had a good game kicking tonight. He's going to have to come up with something magical here. Looks bunched to the right side, so expect it to go to the right.
Or you could trick and go to the left. That's what it'll do. And it's dropped on by Rob Rooks. Mustangs ball.
Now one timeout remains. You just can't sit on it right now. You have to run some plays. And this is where we're going to bring up our clock. 30-second, 40-second clock.
Well, no timeouts either way. This could be victory formation.
Oh, that's right.
And that looks to be what it'll be. We'll see.
We'll keep it here for post-game coverage. The awarding of the championship trophies.
Couple kneel downs will do it. In a game that came down to a 2-point conversion.
All right, as we come back.
A couple of kneel downs. What a ball game that we've had.
Reset that clock. One more kneel down, and the St. Vincent De Paul Mustangs are going to find their way to their first ever state championship game.
Well, we appreciate everybody that tuned in. From both Palo Alto, St. Vincent's, and from Southern California. We hope you enjoyed this ball game.
And that is going to do it. The clock will wind down. The St. Vincent's De Paul Mustangs are going to be your Northern California 6AA regional champions. For the first time in school history, in any sport, they are going to a state championship.
And very, very well deserved. What a ball game. What a game we got to witness. It was back and forth. Palo Alto came in late. They tried. They fought their hearts out. And we have always said it in all sports that Greg and I broadcast. The deeper you go, the harder it hits and the more it hurts when you fall.
It's such a crushing feeling when you know that season is ended. And look who the first coach is. So Wasco Tigers and the St. Vincent De Paul Mustangs will go at it probably next Friday night. Bring up the CIF. And they haven't said where. I could have sworn I saw something out here earlier.
Congratulations. Thank you so much. Go celebrate, man. Go celebrate.
And they have nothing up here. Checking the CIF website.
We'll keep it here for the award ceremony. For the runner-up. And the winner's plaque. And it goes without saying, but congratulations to the Palo Alto Vikings. They made it this far while it hurts to fall at the very end. A great season. I mean, you fought valiantly. It wasn't a game that it was a blowout and you knew it from the beginning. The Vikings fought. They clawed. And they got oh so close to glory. But for head coach David DeGeronimo and assistant coach Luck, they fall just short. As head coach DeGeronimo takes the runner-up plaque, the winner's plaque goes to St. Vincent De Paul and head coach Trent Herzog. The St. Vincent De Paul Mustangs are going to state.
Okay, well, I'm going to have you do the players of the game because I was too busy with my head down half the time trying to keep the scoreboard going.
Oh, you're going to do this to me here. Well, I'll start with the Vikings. And all things considered, Justin Fung had one of the, I would say, one of the best performances by a freshman quarterback coming in with all the adversity. You have your 2,500-yard quarterback go down with injury last week. And you come in and put on a masterclass as a freshman. While you come up just short, he's my player of the game for the Palo Alto Vikings.
I'm going to go with Jason Ozine. The way he played tonight at that wideout position and that catch to put them in the fourth quarter to put them within 2 is a highlight reel on its own.
And then we'll go over to St. Vincent De Paul, and man, there were plenty of players that could take this player of the game. And there's 2 of them that stand out, and I'm sure if I choose one, you'll choose the other, and vice versa. I'm going to have to throw it to Gabe Casanovas. Everything on this offense was ran perfectly through him. He rarely had any missteps, rarely had anything go wrong, no interceptions, never turned the ball over, never put a ball wrong, and put him into a position where it could have been a turnover. And then with his legs, did everything. I mean, he is the focal point of this offense. And going forward into next week, he's going to be that focal point once again.
Well, I think I'm getting a signal. Our cameraman wants to get out of here, so I think we're going to cut it right here.
I'm sure. Well, without saying much, I do want to say Mason Cattarelli, what a fantastic running back as well for St. Vincent De Paul.
All right, so for Anthony Allen, I'm Greg Irish. We have up on the roof Jay Ruffinelli, who's doing the yeoman's work and wants to get out of here. Your final score, the St. Vincent De Paul Mustangs 28, Palo Alto Vikings 26. The St. Vincent De Paul Mustangs are going to a state championship game. For everybody here at the NFHS Network, have a good evening, everybody.